Hey, win on me, win on three, ready, 1, 2, 3. Win!
Oh, yeah.
Stop playing with a P! 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 Stop playing with a P!
Hey, what's going on, everyone? Welcome to This Week in Pali Football. I am your host, Mr. James, Facebook James Riley. Facebook, man, come on, get your name together. Facebook James, here in Dolphin Studios, what I call my house, my humble abode. This man here just to talk about and update everyone on everything that relates to Pali football. So hopefully you're having a wonderful Sunday afternoon and just getting ready for the work week. We have a lot of things that's taking place this week, and so hopefully your week is going to start off well, and hopefully this will be an asset to your week starting off well as it relates to just having everything that you need to know about Pali football. So welcome to the show. If you have any questions, go ahead and put a Q in the comments. That way that kind of help me filter out any regular statements from questions that you might have. And if you're watching the replay, we appreciate you watching the replay as well. And so just go ahead and put in hashtag replay squad, and that'll be really, really cool. And so again, welcome to This Week in Pali Football. The week of January, not January, man, I'm thinking about January already. The week of July 25th. And so let's go ahead and get everything started. First of all, we've moved our location over to YouTube. And so that way we're trying to curate and make sure all of our videos are in one spot. And so even though my nickname is Facebook James, I should be live on YouTube. However, we have the feed going live on my particular personal page, and we also shared it on the Pali High football page as well. And so you have multiple spots for looking at This Week in Pali Football. And so, speaking of YouTube, if you haven't done so already, go ahead and like, comment, subscribe to our YouTube channel, and that way you'll be informed as it relates to everything Pali football. And so as we said, we have a wonderful week full of activities going on. And so, again, we're always talking about physicals. And so physicals, I'm reminded of the Olivia Newton-John song, I'm Dating Myself, Let's Get Physical. But it's very important, players and parents, make sure your boys have their physicals in place. Tomorrow is the first day of official practice for the season for both JV and varsity. So I encourage the boys to be on the field or be at the stadium at 2 o'clock. I believe practice is going to begin around 2:30 and run until 5:30 Monday through Friday. And so it's very, very important that the boys have their physicals. If they do not have their physicals, they will not be allowed to get on the field or practice. And so please make sure you do your due diligence and get that information to our athletic staff so that they can clear your boys and so the boys can go on the field and practice. And again, if you've already taken up your time or taken up the time to have your doctor do the physical and you don't have any more options, you have to come out the pocket. Well, you can always go to the CVS Minute Clinic. And we've been talking about this over and over again for the past few weeks. And so we just have to keep reiterating. There's some other options. If you cannot get to your particular physician, you can go to the CVS Minute Clinic. I believe there's the physical there for the boys is $69. You just take the forms there and have the doctors fill it out, and then have your boys cleared. Of course, I'm always mentioning Pali football parent Dr. Oh My Back, Aaron Brumfield, Dr. Brumfield, and he's local here in the Westchester area. He'll do a physical for $40 as well. And so just you have options, and so we want to make sure that the boys have their physicals, the paperwork is definitely taken care of, okay? So please, very, very important that they get that work done. All righty. As we're going on here, as I said a few moments ago, practice, conditioning. Conditioning is over. However, they're still continue to work on the field. And so, as we said, they're going to begin to put in that work for the season. Season begins tomorrow, and so it's very important that the boys get there. I know in times past, they would have to complete a certain amount of days on the field before they get their pads and helmets and things of that nature. And so it's very, very important that the boys are conditioning. They're out there practicing, getting the plays, understanding what's going on for both JV and varsity. And so it's very, very important. And along with that, each of the boys will need to have a COVID test as well. And so similar to how we did last season, they would bring a form just to verify that they have a negative COVID test. That way they'll be allowed on the field. And so players, both varsity and JV, need to have that information in hand as well. And so that kind of takes care of some of the particulars as it relates to the boys getting on the field and being able to practice. Is very, very important. The season begins now, and so it's very important that they have that information completed, turned in to our athletic director, our nursing staff, and so that way they can get on the field and do what they need to do with our coaches and also with their teammates. And so, and then again, we had a wonderful time a couple of weeks ago at the 7-on-7 El Camino Real Royal Rumble. And it was a big, big difference from the week before at the West Side Classic at Culver City. The boys really did come together. And so we just want to thank all of the parents and supporters who came, who drove all the way out in the West Valley. It was very, very hot. However, the boys did very well. They actually went into the championship game. I believe they played East Lake High from the San Diego area. The boys were playing in all cylinders during the tournament play and even in the playoffs. And so it's basically once they got to the playoff portion of the tournament, it was either win or you lose and go home. And so the boys played two playoffs games, or maybe it was just one, to get them into the championship game. And so they just fell a little bit short in that championship game. But as you can see, we had our wonderful photographer out there, Steve Galuzzo, capturing wonderful images, the boys playing and doing what they are, accustomed to doing. And as I'm talking, you know what, let me go ahead and put some music in the background, just so lightly. There we go. So yeah, the boys really worked hard. It was a complete difference, night and day difference between the first tournament and the second 7-on-7 tournament. As you can see, Coaches Motts and Hajduk out there. And then we also had a chance to have Jonah Mannheim. He was featured in the Palisadian Post. Steve did a nice write-up. And so just good to see him out there getting some more pub and just working with our QBs. And so I think they got a lot better in terms of just understanding the plays and making connections on both offense and the defense. Defense was played very, very well during the tournament. And not to be outdone by our linemen. Yes, there was a big man challenge, and so our linemen, they also stepped up to the plate, and they competed as well. I believe we finished 4th overall in the what they call the big man competition, and even had one of our players I think he took first place in the pizza eating contest. And so we'll put that on our social media. It had one of our parents, Sabina, the mother of Tommy, just shout you out real quick for capturing a lot of the videos. And so we'll put that on our IG story and the feed, and so that way you guys can kind of see what happened. But it was a wonderful time. Both the big men and the skilled position players had a wonderful time at the El Camino Royal Rumble. And man, I think they passed the test as the newspaper article says. Man, they did what they were supposed to do. They came ready to play, and we were so very, very proud of our boys and how they performed at the Royal Rumble. Hopefully, we'll be back. Next year if they invite us back, but at least we know that we're getting ready, getting better and better, stronger and stronger as we move into the season. And so I had the opportunity to talk to Dylan, and he shared some of his thoughts, Dylan and Quasi, right after the Royal Rumble. And so here's that interview. Hey everyone, this is Facebook James, and we are here with Dylan and Quasi. We just finished the El Camino Real Royal Rumble. We got all the way down to the finals, and we just couldn't pull the trigger. Dylan, man, tell us what happened today, man? Not just in the final, but what happened just during the 7 games that we played?
All I have to say is we grew. I mean, honestly, we just kept going. You know, I mean, we beat all of LA. We beat the teams that we're gonna play. So that's always good to feel. Well, yeah, man. The team in San Diego, they beat us, but you know what? At least we beat our opponents.
Absolutely. Just tell us about your experience today here at El Camino Real.
I definitely think the team grew from last week for sure. Thought there's still little things that we could do, but I think we're looking pretty good.
Absolutely. And if anything, man, you guys developed some momentum for the season. You got a little bit more work in with your receivers and the coaching staff and the plays. And so, what's going to happen in the future for this Pali football squad?
Well, I mean, it's looking pretty good that we're able to throw the football and really win games because it's basically throwing the football to win, and it's looking really good for us. So hopefully we're gonna start tossing the football around in the season. And yeah, we got some young guys, we got some great receivers out here. And look, hey, all we did today was we competed.
Absolutely.
And that's what I told myself. Whatever happens, compete. Because right here, it's all about getting the work in. We got the most work in out of all the guys because we were here the longest,
Absolutely.
Us and the San Diego team.
Well, yeah, you guys put in work, and so go home and get some rest, and
come back next week.
Come back next week for practice, and just do it all over again, okay?
Exactly.
All right,
And
you guys.
Thank you for having me.
Absolutely. You guys enjoy the weekend. Facebook James signing off. Peace out. There we go. So we had Dylan and Quasi, and both of those players, really connected. Let me see, Moses was another player who connected, was out there on the offense. Xavier Riley, man, I mean, they were just doing their thing. Man, Hugo, I mean, it was just such a wonderful experience just watching the boys kind of, grow from the first 707 to the second 707 tournament. And so, Ricardo, Toby, I mean, it was just an all-around effort by all of those boys. Xavier was catching balls. I mean, it was just a great time. And so just happy that they had an opportunity to bounce back and, show what they can do. And so that's going to help them going into the season, changing their mindset, making sure that they understand that they can connect, during a regular football game. And so, yes, even though it was a 7-on-7, it's definitely going to help them going into, summer camp and into the season just to develop their confidence. And so it was a great time. And once again, just thank you to all of those parents who came out and just hung out and, just kind of had a good time. We beat some good teams as well. We played Banning, I believe. We beat Banning. We played Crespi. So these were no slouches. These were some good teams, as Dylan mentioned. And so just happy to get some of those wins under our belt as we move into our regular season. Our regular season's, it's not going to be an easy task, right? And so we're just hoping that the boys will continue to work hard. And, of course, they're going to have the coaching staff that they need, led by Chris Hyduk, our head coach, and along with the other coaches. We mentioned Coach Rocky, Coach man, I'm just forgetting Coach Lacia, Coach Garcia. I mean, and then, of course, we have the JV squad as well. Coach Marsden and his team, man, just, we're just excited. I'm really excited about practice tomorrow. And, hopefully parents and players, you guys are equally as happy as well. And so as a member of the Pali QB board, we're going to do everything that we can as possible to help support our boys, make sure they have everything that they need so that they can be productive and successful on the football field as well. And then as I'm closing, I'm almost done, you guys. I told you it's going to be a real short live stream today. Hopefully next week we can bring in either Coach High, because I know that he wanted to hop on and just kind of share his experiences and maybe kind of, say goodbye to the Pali football family. And then also we're going to reach out to Coach Chris Hyduk as well and just have him come on and just kind of share with us his philosophy. And, but based on what I saw last weekend at the Royal Rumble, these guys are not going to miss a beat. They're going to be on fire. Their offense is going to be on fire. Their defense is going to be on fire. So we don't have a guest tonight, but definitely we will have guests from our coaching staff and even our players, looking to get our players involved. We've heard several times from our QB Dylan. And so we're going to have Dylan on just to kind of, introduce himself to the Pali football family, as well as Quasi and some of the offensive players, defensive players, and anybody who really supports the Pali football family. So if you're worthy, we're going to reach out to you and have you come on and just share how excited you are about being a part of this football team. And so one of the last things I wanted to mention before we close out is tomorrow, for our new Pali football parents, not to be confused with our old Pali football parents or middle-aged or even retired Pali football parents. Man, look, being a Pali football parent is a wonderful fraternity or sorority, whichever you prefer. And so, but if you're new, we're asking you to come on out and hang out with us at the large football shed that is in the parking lot of the Stadium by the Sea. So you know how you normally would drive into the stadium and you would drive into the parking lot and make that right and go down the hill, and you see this big old long white shed. Well, that is the official Pali football. It has our logo, Pali football shed, and that's where we keep a lot of our things. And so we're having a meet and greet tomorrow at 2:30, and we're just asking if you're a new parent to come on out and introduce yourself. If you want to know a little bit more about the Pali football program, what we do, how to sign up, you want to know about social media, picture day, how to take care of the uniforms, man, this will be the place for you to be, so you can get all of that information. Your questions will be answered. Our Pali QB board president, Lisa Manheim, will be there to kind of kick things off, and then we'll have some of the other board members to speak and just let you know how you can be involved. And so hopefully, if you're watching this particular video before Monday, July 26th, before 2:30. And if you're available, come on out. We'd love to have you, just to kind of talk to you, introduce ourselves to you, and we'll fill you in with everything that you need to know as it relates to Pali football. Yeah, I'll be there. I can't wait. I believe there's going to be a table where you can buy some merch. That's always a good thing. So we'll have some items for sale, and then we're just going to talk about what's going to happen during the season, some of the expectations as being a new Pali football parent. So we know last year we did not have a season. So if you're a 10th grade parent and you're available, come on out. And definitely, if you're a 9th grade parent, come on out, hang out with us, and we'll have a good time. Probably have some music as well. And so we just look forward to seeing everyone out there tomorrow by the football shed. And I believe that's it. I see Lisa is watching. Hey, Erwin. Lisa Manheim, you're watching. I see Erwin is watching. Lisa, if you can, if I've missed anything, go ahead and drop some comments in the live, if you will. Again, we're live on two places. We're live on YouTube. We should be live on YouTube, and we should be live on my particular page. And as I explained before, I'm just trying to do something a little bit different, where we're curating all of our videos in one location. Usually if I go live on Facebook, then I have to kind of upload files over to YouTube, and so it kind of gets a little bit taxing. And so for me, it's just a little bit easier if I just went ahead and went live on YouTube, and also share the stream on our Pali High football page. And so hopefully, I think I've done those things. If I haven't, I apologize. But on Facebook, James, you can find Pali football on my page. You can go to the YouTube page. And so yeah, hopefully, I think we covered everything. And it's just a special shout out. I want to give a special shout out to one of the young men who's part of the team. He's actually operating as one of the managers. I know his first name is Aiden. I don't want to mess up his last name, but just a wonderful asset to the Pali football team this year, helping us to organize our helmet room and our uniforms and things of that nature, which is very, very important. So I just wanted to shout out Aiden. We really appreciate you, what you're doing. It doesn't go unnoticed. And so we're going to post some images to our social media in terms of some of the things that he's going to do as it relates to helping our football team stay organized, the coaches being organized, and things of that nature. So just a shout out to you. Appreciate you, your hard work, and man, keep it up. Alrighty, you guys. So I think that's it. I'm going to close out, and if there's no comments, I don't see any comments. I'm looking right now. So hey, I appreciate you watching. We'll come back next week again. I know as it gets closer to football season, I probably will choose a date. I'm thinking Thursdays at 7 will be our normal time to go live. It's kind of hard to go live at 6 o'clock when I'm picking up my son from either his bus stop or from football practice. And so I know Wednesdays at 6 o'clock was our normal time. However, I can't be at two places at one time, and so we're going to figure out a good time. And so maybe in the comments, if you could jot down a particular time that you would like to see this weekend Pali football go down. I'm thinking Thursdays at maybe 7 to 7:30. That would be a good time for everyone to kind of settle down, especially from practice if I'm talking to a player and things of that nature. So that's what I'm thinking. If you have a good suggestion, go ahead and jot it down in the comments. I would really appreciate it. And I think that's it, you guys. We're looking for a wonderful week of practice. Parents, players, please make sure you get those physical forms in. Make sure you're cleared, which is very, very important. Make sure you get those COVID tests so that you can be on the field with your teammates. And the coaches will be ready to bring it. And so you just be ready to learn the plays, understand what they need you to do on the football field. And not only on the football field, but in the classroom when school starts. So Coach Hyde always talked about the mindset. And so get that proper mindset as being a student athlete, and then we won't have any problems. All right. So again, thank you guys for watching. I really appreciate you. Take care. And until the next video, I'm Facebook James. I'm signing off. And as always, go Pali. Peace out.
Hey, win on me, win on three, ready, 1, 2, 3.
Win!
Yeah!
Stop playing with a P! 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 Stop playing with a P!